streaming?
Okay, Google, turn off bedroom lights. It's like too bright in here, so I can't see any.
Look at this.
Give me a second. Give me a second. What am I looking at?
Join my stream. How do I actually find the link to my stream? Is it streaming right now? We're live, baby.
Oh man, I think YouTube. There's like a go live button on top.
Yeah, I'm already streaming that.
Okay, and then
the link to the actual.
Yeah.
So I can just like.
What's your YouTube name? J2 Kuhn?
Math programming.
Math.
That's my channel.
One word?
Yeah, math programming. Yeah.
Let's see. YouTube.com.
Science and technology category.
Math programming. So is it at math programming? Math programming? Oh, okay. Oh, live stream. I see.
Oh, you just okay. So.
Oh crap! I need to turn that off. The volume was reverberating. All right. But do you find it? I can send you the link if you.
I did not find it.
All right. But do you find it? I can send you the link if you.
I did not find it.
Yeah, I have all these like goodies that I haven't set up yet. I have like, but do you find it? I can send you the link. Keyboard just came in the mail. I have a new keyboard. I was like trying to set up, or I'm going to set up. It's like it's like one of those mechanical keyboards. I was using this for a while. You see this? This is actually pretty nice. Rudimentary. like yeah, it is. I mean, the main purpose is like to try to get used to like a small form factor one, because this is like a lot easier to travel with. But it's a little bit annoying because you can see the lack of arrow keys, right? Like to do that, you have to like hold down the function key while you're using like it's like UHJK. So it's yeah. And I was gonna. The reason I'm actually returning this one, and I'm going to try the other one is like a different brand, is because like this one I think forces you to like install software to like reconfigure the keyboard. I wasn't really interested in that, or that was like a downside for me. But yeah, enough about my stuff. How's did you have a mic that you wanted to test out then, or you're just using your laptop stuff? Yeah.
I'm about to put this link on social media. We're gonna see how many people come.
Oh no! All right. Well, I don't know if you're expecting anything from me, but yeah. The lapel mic though, what I can say is I think the audio for the lapel mics is quite nice. Like I think the main thing is you want like a clear, non-muddy signal. Like I've been kind of getting a little bit into audio. Like I'm also not an audiophile, but there's certain things that are kind of like very apparent even for like as long as like if you're paying attention to it, like you'll be able to hear it. I think one thing is like noise floor, basically like the amount of static that will be there if it's like quiet. And if you like turn off all the post processing, you can hear how much your like system is picking up like just like static noise, which even with Google Meet, how it like filters out noise. Like with Google Meet, there'll be like a digital post processing where if it detects that nobody's talking, it will cancel out all the noise. But the thing is, if you're like paying attention to it, you can hear that when people start talking, like that noise is like becomes perceptible. It's just like, but it just like it'll cut it out if no one's talking. But when people are talking, you'll still hear them.
Where like someone starts talking and then you hear like a behind them.
Yeah, and I think for like broadcast like videos and stuff like that, like it's one of those like subliminal things that like I think it actually matters more than like people people like will notice it without knowing that they're noticing it, if you know what I mean. So I think there's some I think it's worthwhile just like get like a basic solution. I think lapel mic is basically like one of the simplest ways to like get you there. Yeah. I'm also actually in the market for a lapel mic, but it's probably gonna be used for this like stupid YouTube thing where people like it's kind of like trendy for people to be like holding a mic as they're talking into the video. So I was gonna do that, but I wasn't even sure if I was gonna use the lapel mic for the recording while like holding it like I'm using it. You know what I mean? Like I might still use my original mic. Oh, yeah.
My child is trying to break into the room right now.
He wants in. He wants in on all this fun.
He does. He really wants in, and he will start smashing the keyboard. Worried. He's gonna ruin my first stream. He's gonna
Oh
steal
no!
all
Oh
of
no!
Everyone's gonna love him and not me.
It's one way to do it.
I think he gave up. But yeah, so you want to see this project I'm working on?
Yeah.
This is so you know Hugo? Do you know Hugo?
No, I don't. I'm not sure.
It's a static site generator. It's kind of like what's the Jekyll? I don't know if you remember any of those. Okay, if you're not in the blogging land. Yeah, Jekyll is like one that was written in Ruby, I think, and Hugo is one that's written in Go. But I would been wanting to migrate my blog to Hugo for a long time. But it doesn't support math formulas very well because it uses like a markdown parser that doesn't know about like math formulas. Dude, this kid is.
Why?
Okay, I'm gonna get him.
Yeah.
What? There's a game where there's a bird and it's trying to collect the food and it's trying to steal it. What's that game?
You're trying to steal it.
It's called what? Orchard. Oh, were you playing with Mama? Oh, you want me to get it? Yeah. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
You want me to get it? Okay. Let's see. And that's why you were slamming on the door. Yep, you were knocking. Good job. Okay, Orchard. Oh. This game. Go bring it down to Mama. There's a bird trying to steal the food. All right, he's happy.
Can you still hear me if I talk across the room?
I can, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh man.
What's going on here?
Okay, so Hugo, so why use a like Hugo over like I don't know what's a
I use WordPress. I use WordPress
Medium
right now.
or something.
Oh,
Or what was the one that we were talking about?
Well, I use WordPress right now, which is fine, right? It works. You have to go downstairs and play it with Mama. Oh, you're welcome. But like I can't embed arbitrary JavaScript in my pages. So if I want to do like a demo, like a live demo, I have to send them to a different page and have some different hosting solution for that, which I've been doing on GitHub pages, and it's kind of okay. But you can't do footnotes, you can't do side notes, you can't do like a lot of like normal stuff that you'd want to do. And the editor that you use to write stuff in WordPress is kind of not my favorite. So
got it.
And so like I tried to migrate like a while ago, and Hugo was basically like, oh, our parser can't handle it. And then I saw this issue. I opened it like 5 years ago, and I was like, can we fix the parser to like make it so it can handle math equations? And they were basically like, no. And then like in the last 5 years, there have been like 100 feature requests for this thing, like just like math bloggers all over the world are like, I want to like put equations in my website. Like, come on, do this.
Hmm.
And so finally, I kind of bit the bullet, and I was like, all right, like I'm gonna I'm gonna like figure out
You're
where the
gonna do it?
grid. Yeah, so I got buy-in from the maintainers. And what I have to do is basically write an extension for the parser. So the parser is like
Mhm.
this Go project called Goldmark, which is just a Markdown parser, but then it has a bunch of some extension framework. And so I had to figure out how to like hook into the extension framework to write an extension to like modify the parser myself. Um, and
Hmm.
really, it's like really simple. It's like, okay, if you see math mode
Hmm.
delimiters, then just don't do anything. Because the problem is if you just put a math equation, it will like treat underscores or star asterisks inside the equation as like, oh, that means, oh, you should start doing emphasis, right? And you should render
Hmm.
this as like an italicized HTML tag, and it will just like screw up your formulas. And if you do like an ampersand, it will render that as ampersand amp colon mark or semicolon, right? It'll use HTML character codes for things that should be. Um, so I just had to go in and it's been like kind of a journey trying to figure out what the hell is going on in this random Go parser project. Um, and I've got something working. I think it's good enough. It passes all the tests, and there's like 50 tests. Um, but yeah, so this is kind of what I was working on. Um,
I see.
and
So wait, so
it's my first time writing Go code, so I'm also kind of like learning Go as I'm going. I've never written
yeah,
Go.
yeah. Every person's, Go project is the first one they worked on Go, right?
Is that true?
I don't know. I just made that up. But that was like, when you ask like other people that are working on Go, it's always like their first thing. So I've never ran into someone that was working on their second thing. So, but so wait, quick question. So okay, so just so I understand the architecture, basically you're trying to set up the parser so you have like an escape block essentially, like for
Yeah,
the all the math stuff,
yeah.
and try to figure out how to do that. And then once you have the escape block, you can just, I
Yeah,
guess,
so like here, basically, I
pipe it
say,
in.
okay, this is what inline math mode looks like. These are the delimiters for stuff that you should ignore, and then these are the block delimiters, um,
Mhm.
and and so then like let's see, there's some of the simple tests are like, okay, uh, here if there's the input looks like this, right, then the output should take the first thing, put it in a paragraph, leave the second thing alone, put the third thing in a paragraph. But if you didn't have a special parser, this would render the star would turn into like open and closing emphasis
Yeah,
points.
yeah.
Yeah. And so then there's just like, a whole bunch of different test cases that we threw in there for all the weird edge cases that a parser can hit. Um, but yeah, now it's all working. But I had
Are,
to
are
like,
you
hmm?
are you able to do so one that I was using like last time uh I was working something adjacent was basically the end of line thing. I forgot what it was, like escaping like the end of line, the carriage return, like at the end of a like within a block. That might be worth testing.
Oh,
Where you do like a
So I think part of the
backslash. Yeah.
thing is that Goldmark handles everything else, and I just have to handle, like, I basically have to tell Goldmark, here's how you detect when you should be using my parser, and then follow my logic, which is just gulp up all the text unchanged, um, and pass it through.
I see. But I mean, is there an edge case where like your final line is an escape or like a backslash into the dollar signs? Like, does it handle that? I guess. Be the
Yeah, I
question.
think I have, well, I have the ability to escape, um, like escape the delimiter. Um,
Mhm.
but it's
Yeah.
kind of weird because the parser handles escape characters in special code, and so I have to do like a double backslash to escape something, which is really weird. Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah, but then I also have, I think, somewhere the delimiter is never terminated. But yeah, I don't have one. Okay, let's add a test. Delimiter starts at end of file. So that would be, oops, like this, you mean?
Uh, I guess it'd
So
be
if it's
like
escaped, it's not going to do anything, right? Because
no,
just to be like this case, but
yeah, it would be like an escape and then a carriage return and then a dollar sign was what I was thinking.
Oh, I don't know how to put a carriage return in. I mean, not a new line. You
Like
actually mean
or,
like
like a actually yeah, new line. I think I'm just using terminology for no reason.
yeah. So I think that this one would be treated correctly. It's just saying put like a
Yeah,
formula
yeah.
there.
Yeah, now that I think
So
about
this
it,
one
it's
shouldn't be
probably
escaped, right? This one should
yeah,
not be
yeah.
escaped because
What I
it's just
meant,
checking order sequence of bytes to look for
yeah,
values.
I think what I meant is like dollar dollar new line, something, and then backslash new line dollar dollar.
Um,
It's
like,
it,
oops. Um,
because the escape is basically
but why escape? Like,
because this is if I remember correctly, because I'm not really good on the math. Uh, was it LaTeX or is this LaTeX or is
mhm.
this something else like that
It's
LaTeX
something
is
else, but
using?
it's the same syntax.
Yeah, yeah. So if you escape, that's usually saying like I want the next line to like be a continuation of the last line, right?
Oh,
But
that's, I don't
if
think
you're
that's in Markdown. I don't think that's a Markdown.
well it was there when I was using at least in VS Code's
You're
flavor
saying
of
it's part of the
Markdown.
Markdown spec?
Not sure. It's in VS Code's Markdown because I was using that like to like write notes, like kind of mathy notes, like when I was like I guess when I was doing Advent of Code, I was like trying to use this stuff, and then why was I escaping? Let me pull the example.
It
Give
says a
me
backslash at the end of a line is a hard line break.
backslash end of line hard line
So
break.
that causes a hard line break.
What is the difference between a hard and a
That is the HTML BR tag, which forces a line break,
oh
um,
as opposed to
as
doing
opposed to like letting the
nothing?
browser decide when to break lines based on the
Oh
width of that line.
oh oh. Oh, I see. Then, yeah, I was probably assuming it was doing something that wasn't. Yeah, in that case,
You're
it
thinking of
seems
like
like
bash, right? Where you like a backslash will
yeah, yeah,
continue
yeah,
the
yeah,
command on the next line. I just don't think
yeah,
that.
yeah. I was. No, no, you're right. I think I was conflating the two ideas together. And in that case, like this probably isn't that interesting of a test then.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's funny if you I don't know the whole Markdown like I don't know if you ever read like the original like Markdown manifesto. Did you ever
No,
read that?
I
It
don't.
was like the guy who
I might
invented
have.
Markdown was like I want a format that can be simple enough that it just fits on like one page, like the spec fits on one
Hmm.
page. Like it's like you don't have to think too hard. And then like over the years, like now if you look at the the Markdown spec now is like uh where are you at? Yeah, the Markdown spec now is like this like ginormous doc with all these examples. Do you want me
Yeah,
to?
yeah.
Oh, do we have a viewer? Here,
I don't know. I don't know.
hold on.
Not sure. Not sure.
Trying to get to the. I'm trying to figure. It says we have three concurrent viewers, but
I'm
are you in?
I, I'm one of them. So.
Hello. Can you see the chat that I'm typing there?
Uh, which window is this? You're typing it in.
I don't know.
Hello.
There's like, so I'm in like the YouTube studio. Hey,
Hey.
Ben Scheibel, what up? Let me close my office door.
Oh
I don't
man.
know if you guys can hear my child screaming downstairs, but he's screaming with delight. I promise. Mm. And Travel, yeah. So we're shitting on Markdown right now. That's our no, just kidding. Uh, I like Markdown as like a writing format, um, but like I once tried. There's this software called Gitbook. Have you ever heard of this?
Get
Um,
book.
yeah,
Hmm.
it's like a I guess it's like a company, but it's like the idea is that you write your book like one. Wait, is it called Gitbook? No, it's
Oh,
used to be
oh,
something else. there's this thing where it's like basically you write your book in like Markdown, right? And then you like publish chapters as you go, and people can like sign up, they pay for the book in advance, and then they get the chapters in early installments, and they can like give early feedback on it, and then at the end you like publish the book, and they will like the company will
No.
like publish it for you. And I was like, oh, that would be cool. Like that's like a good way to get me to like write more. So I tried signing up for it, and I was like, oh, all right, I'll like write some like math book in it, and like they had like really basic support for equations, but then I found that like if you're doing long form writing with math, you want labeled equations. You want to have references to equations later in the
Hmm.
text and references to theorems and have everything be numbered consistently. And without like Markdown is just never going to have that, right? Like you're gonna.
Mm,
I mean, I've never heard of an extension for Markdown doing that. But that's like that's one of LaTeX like nice things is that you give theorems and everything labels, and then you can just refer to them at any time. And then like if you add a new thing in between, it will like update all the numbering, and the numbering stays all consistent and stuff. Um, so that's
I
quite
see.
nice.
I see. Yeah, there's like some things that I couldn't figure out how to do in Markdown that I know exist in LaTeX. Is it LaTeX? I always thought it was LaTeX.
It's LaTeX, but I mean
Okay.
like no one pronounces it right.
I, I mean, we just did.
Yeah,
But like you know how you can have on the right side of an equation like a number. Like if you have an equation and you just have like you want basically on like towards the right, just like either a
yeah,
text that explains like what that equation's doing or
yeah,
something
like
like that.
a side note or a margin note.
Yeah, yeah. Is that something you can do? Do you know how to do that? And
Margin notes in oh whoops, I just destroyed your window. I have to be careful with this. I gotta figure out how to put like your video in the background, but then still have
mm,
it show up so that I can uh like browse the web or something while I'm streaming. Um,
yeah, I think there's like I want to say there's a way for you to like open up a port for me to like connect my OBS to and stream to,
whoa,
right? Like, and then
that
I could
makes
just stream
sense.
my video, and then
Is
you
that just like
can.
a different source?
Yeah, I'm not sure because you're using Windows, right? If you were
Yeah.
using Mac, I'd be able to tell you, but
Media source, audio. I feel like audio input capture could go over. No, I'd have to. Okay, well, maybe one day I'll figure that out. Um,
I mean, do you want to share your OBS screen? I can maybe walk you through it.
oh, how do I do that? Uh, Window capture.
It might do like the infinite like repeating video if you do that.
Does not look like I can capture my OBS screen as part of the.
Hmm.
Probably for the reason that you just suggested, right?
No, no, oh, I mean, because I can do that.
I can do my whole display.
Yeah, that works too.
Oh,
Oh,
look at that.
okay. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool. But
So
yeah, this
so
is
how do
just my
you
whole monitor, right?
then let's see how do you have where do you have me set up?
I feel like I'm playing that game where the Patrick's Parabox, where he's like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
oh.
That's an awesome game, by the way. Wait, how do you have me showing up at all? I don't see
What do you mean?
where that
Well, I have you in this little box over here, and then I have the other
okay.
YouTube or the Google Meet window open on the side.
I see. And how is your capture and we're trying to debug what were we trying to debug again? What was the thing? You're trying to make
I'm
it
not
so that
sure.
I would continue to show up even if you tap somewhere
Oh
else,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I want because if I like minimize your window, then it goes away from the stream. Uh, and so I want it to be like this, or if I put it on like a different desktop, um, then like if I put it on like this desktop, then it just goes
Oh,
away even though the window's still there. So I want to be able to, oops.
what happens if you just instead of having it be like one of these like pseudo full screen things, if you just make it a floating window but behind this one? Like not a different desktop, but
So if I put it behind, um, hold on. I mean, I think I can put it behind, but I tried like putting like a different thing, like see like that. It's like this. There's some weird Windows things where like if you use the like snap to edges,
Yeah.
then suddenly the thing behind it is like gone. So I guess I could just like not snap it to edges and just make the window really big,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
your screen still stays there. Like,
Yeah, yeah, I think so because I think it's using the fact that it's like living on a different desktop as a like a reason to stop rendering that layer.
hmm
So that like that, you know, because at the end of the day, it's kind of like you just have this like PNG in the background that keeps getting updated, right?
yeah,
So if it's on a different desktop, it's just saying like stop rendering these things. So, but if you put it in the back, I guess it's still rendering.
way to like. I wonder if there's a way to like say at the operating system level, like, hey, this window, like, don't hide it when it's uh, hidden, quote unquote.
Isn't that the same as just what you're doing right now? If you just put it in the back somewhere.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's just it takes more time to set up, I guess. Like it'd be
Yeah,
nice if I
yeah,
could just like snap things around and or move it onto a different desktop and then
yeah.
like just have it be out of the way.
I think that's actually one of those things. If you're like, because I used to program because I used to like not know how to use libraries, so I would like do everything from scratch, and I would like spin up Windows using like Windows API. I think it's one of those like modes that you can set in like when you're like asking for like a render buffer, which is basically like the thing that you render to like within a window. When you're asking for it, you can like set up different modalities, and one of those would be like render this at all times, kind of.
Hmm.
I'm not sure how it works in the context of these like pseudo
I
full
bet
screen
there's a
things.
bunch of streamers who have figured this out because this is like a streaming thing, right? Like I'm sure that I'm not the
Probably.
only one using streaming on Windows who wants something in the background to show up, right? Like if you're doing like a
Yeah,
video
yeah.
game, it's full screen, right? Like what like how are you gonna keep streaming something in the background, like chat or whatever.
Well, a lot of those use like OBS plugins, so it's not like taking a screen capture of your web browser at that point.
Oh,
It's
there's like
actually just
direct
like,
integrations with these
yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. And I was actually thinking about working on something like that, but like creating OBS plugins didn't seem like it was like a little bit more advanced. Like when I was like I looked into it for like a couple hours, but it turned out to be more advanced than I was expecting.
I see.
Because there's an alternative, which is just like OBS scripts, which is just like you know you just do something in Lua or Python, but you wouldn't have like the deep system integration at that point.
Hmm.
But yeah, I might go revisit that. But yeah, I think the alternative is having like a separate like a broadcast computer basically, which I think you just stream a bunch of input sources into, which is what I meant
Hmm.
when I said like if you create like a like open up a port or something, I could probably
I
like
see. No, I think I've
shoot a
heard
video
people
into
doing
it.
like a two computer streaming setup where they have one computer that's just streaming and then everything else is sending signals to that.
Yeah, yeah, because then you can just use a capture card,
But
which is like
I spent a lot of money on this desktop. It's a powerful beast. Like I figured out that I can so I have to compile like LLVM on a regular basis. You
yeah.
know and that's like a beast of a project. It includes all of Clang. It includes MLIR and all these other like big projects associated with it. And so I'm always like, you know, it'll build it and like it takes like 15 minutes to build on my machine and like 30 minutes on other people's machines. But I've figured out that I can like play video games like online while it's building and like my computer
Hmm.
doesn't slow down at all. Um, I
Are
imagine
you are you
video games are probably mostly using the GPU, right? Whereas this
uh,
is mostly using the CPU, so it's probably like complementary in that mode. But it's like, okay, I got a beefy machine, right? Like I should not have to worry too much about like separating concerns across machines since I forked out for this desktop.
are you like compiling across all your threads though, all your cores?
Well,
You're
it's
on.
I usually do it with Bazel, and so Bazel will pick how many threads to do.
I see, I see.
But I think it is like usually it's like I look at the whatever top, right? I run top when I can do this right now. We're on stream. Yo, we do anything on stream. Here we go. This is my like main project.
Yeah. Air? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, I think we talked about that name.
HEIR. Yeah, it's homomorphic encryption intermediate representation. But I like the name Air. It's like we were thinking that we would name our website like hair.style or air like or like air.guitar.
Yeah, yeah.
um, but let's see. I'll clean it. Oh, that's
Oh,
never
oh,
good.
hey, take it easy, NS Scheibel. Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
thanks for showing up. I know there's a way to get YouTube chat to show up on like my OBS thing, so I can
yeah,
actually like,
yeah.
but I don't know how to get that in there.
I think that's what we're talking about with you can either integrate directly or you can just like screen capture it.
No, but when I opened up OBS, it was like, this is where your YouTube chat will show up when you connect. And I was like, oh, great. And now it's disappeared and I don't know where it is.
Yeah, yeah. There's something similar for on Twitch, but that's I think that's the thing where it lets you see chat in OBS,
Right.
like your OBS window. I don't know if that's necessarily going to make it so it shows up in the
Right.
like the video feed.
That's true. All right. So now it's running, right? And then my fans always start running up, right? It's got, yeah, okay, it's fetching stuff. But then
0.7.
yeah, well, you see Java here, right? That's
Oh,
Bazel.
true.
Uh,
Uh,
but right now it's just fetching stuff from the internet, so it's just waiting. But you should see some threads spin up once it's actually building it. Yeah, this is like my morning. Is like I'll get up, I'll uh, run my fetch the latest code, run my build, and then go downstairs and get some tea.
I see. You have to compile LLVM locally
Yeah,
when you work on this project.
yeah.
Mm.
I mean, so if I do it internally in Google, I get the build farm, right? So I get to use
Mm-hmm.
everybody else's compilation objects. But if I'm doing it open source, then yeah, I have to. But I don't have to rebuild it every day. It's only if I want to include the latest changes that have been incorporated. Because Google, right? Google has the like LLVM integration rotation, which I'm actually on call right now, by the way. But basically, LLVM is integrated every 2 hours or something, and so we get a new LLVM commit pushed to our open source repo every 2 hours, which means that if I sync my fork of our project, then I would be building LLVM every 2 hours, which who has the time for that? But yeah, so you can see, okay, yeah, 120% CPU. So it's using what, 10, that's 10 core? No, that's
No,
one and a
that's
half
like
cores.
1.5 cores. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
But
but what's all
you
this clang? Look at all this clang. Look, each of these clangs are compiling something different. So these
oh
are
yeah,
all it's okay,
yeah,
so
yeah.
Bazel is using one core and then there's like 20 cores that are each compiling different clang things.
Hmm.
Yeah, so
Maybe.
is there like it's total CPU, wait, CPU seconds. Where's the like CPU percentage? Like overall. They see it from memory, but not there. Hey, what's up? Okay. I'm doing Jing Friday, and we decided we're gonna uh, test out a stream like video streaming setup. So we're live right now on YouTube.
Should we do this more? Like, maybe we should just.
It's not a problem if Kevin comes in. No, I don't have any more work meetings today.
Yeah,
So
maybe
you
we
want
should
to do
do
this
this
more
every
often?
week.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, I don't
We
know.
stream our conversations.
I mean, we don't really say anything too sensitive, right? Or I mean, but I'm actually curious to maybe compile LVM on my computer just as like a stress test because I built it recently and I haven't really because after you build a computer you should kind of like run it through the gauntlet just to make sure like everything's working. You said it takes about 15 minutes for yours.
Yeah.
Like,
on my
But like
system.
30 minutes for average people.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious if I'm closer to the 30 or the 15.
I mean, it's probably mostly just a matter of parallelization, right?
Yeah.
And what version of your compiler you have installed? Hey, he's wearing a purple dress today. You want to come up here?
And you compile using what do you use to compile with, like GCC or
I
Clang
Clang,
itself?
and then the linker is always like a slow part of the overall thing. So if you end up linking anything, hey, what you got there?
Hello.
Nice. We've got 0 concurrent viewers. Great.
Oh man. Oh, wait. I don't even count as a viewer anymore. I thought I was on there.
Wowie zowie man.
That was the milk
From lunch? Oh, good.
Oh, lunch.
yeah.
So yesterday, it's been snow days all week, right? So he's been out of school all week. And so we've been running out of things to do. So I took him up here, and he does computer practice. He has his like little game called Magic Desktop that he like plays. But yesterday we played a grown-up game. We played Plants vs. Zombies.
Oh,
And he loved it. And he was not half bad at it, like considering that he's 3. it was really funny. He was like, he was placing plants, and he wasn't playing very strategically, but he like some of the levels, like easier levels, he could beat all by himself.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did he like the soundtrack? That's the soundtrack for Plants and Zombies versus Zombies is really, it gets a lot of praise. Yeah.
He got really excited about the chomper plants. Is that your favorite one? What else do you like?
Sunflower.
Cherry bombs.
Cherry bombs.
Cherry bombs. Oh man. We're just watching LVM compile.
I know, this is like watching paint dry. Computer paint dry. I mean, I made my point, right? My point was
yeah, the video, yeah.
So
I mean,
I do this while I will play like, Overwatch or something. And it's I don't notice it at all. The build takes just as long, and the game runs just as smooth, and it's like at like top graphics settings and everything. So I kind of like, yeah. Hey, what? Whoa, what are you doing? Oh, are you looking at your little video here?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I think there might be some like video degradation going on though, because it might be down regulating like the processes for.
It could be, yeah.
But the other thing is, were you planning to also record concurrently, like this, like on one channel you'd be streaming, but you can also just record it if you want like a higher quality capture?
Well, so you're saying that like YouTube's automatic capture won't be very good, like because like YouTube will just save the video, right? And then you're saying it's not very high quality. I mean, I can check after we're done.
Yeah, I don't believe it will be that high quality. Like I know at the very least, like the audio won't be that good if. Oh wait, actually, I'm thinking of Google Meets recording.
Stop.
This is my live ching. Everyone tries to talk to me, and I can't hear because this little.
That's okay. It's okay. Oh wow! Whoa! 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 What? Whoa! Whoa! What? He can say full words, right?
He knows how to say full words. Yes. He's just making up words.
That's the way to go. It's
That's not a joke.
Zoo. 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 Sue.
Goofy.
Zaza. La la. Oh man, it's like trying to understand a new language.
Can you do me a favor? Can you go get your sword? Show everybody. Go get your sword.
Oh, sword.
Yeah, the sword.
Oh, nice. Like a plastic or what? What kind of
foam?
foam?
We are parents of toddlers. We do not get it.
No, I mean plastic is the.
If you hit me with it.
Yeah. Give me a second. I'm gonna grab it.
You'll find it. Is it downstairs?
It's downstairs. It's under, downstairs.
Go get it. It's a color source. Whoa.
Oh, that's just like a blank panel.
Of color.
Yeah.
Is that just like block out like, oh, sensitive material here, don't look at this?
I think it's just like the simplest form of, I'm guessing they implement it with shaders. It's just like the simplest shader. It's just like output solid color. Which is like the basis for like a lot of like editing is all about taking a solid color and basically masking it.
Well, this is fun.
So yeah. Oh man. Is this your first time using OBS like ever?
Yeah.
Oh. Actually, it's like wow.
And just put like random ass stuff on here. Media source? What is a media source? Local file. Oh, so you can like play videos while you're streaming.
Like yeah, you can like, I think some people loop kind of like JPEG kind of things on the side of the stream sometimes. I mean, OBS is like, I think, you know, for online broadcast, like you could do a lot with it. Like I think people, some of those like competitions, like big events, I'm pretty sure they can just use OBS to like set up that kind of stuff, like Overwatch tournament, for instance, like switching between different like cameras, angles. I think OBS can handle all that. Whoa! Oh, that's the sword. Wow! Whoa!
The big sword.
Oh man, you gotta be careful with that. That reminds me of like Zelda's sword.
Made of foam.
Made of foam? What does that mean?
Made of foam.
It means it's not very pokey.
Oh, not that pokey.
You got me.
Did you see how?
You got your dad? How'd you get your dad? Show me. I didn't see it. You gotta get him more.
I used my sword to get it.
Yeah. But show me. I didn't see it. Show me. Oh wait, you gotta show me again. Oh, nice.
There we go.
Nice.
13 minutes.
Wow, that's pretty good. 13 minutes. I think I tried doing it on my like MacBook Air before, and I think I gave up after like an hour. So but now I have like a newly kind of upgraded computer, so I'll have to try that. Did you just do like you just downloaded everything and just did like a Basel build?
Well, so if
on
you
it?
just do LLVM, you have to do like a bunch of weird other stuff. But if
Mhm.
you want to do, you could do for my project, if you just go to this
Air? J2 Air?
and then you
Oh,
just do
okay.
Bazel build all, and it will give you a stress test.
I see. Wait. What is all?
Wow.
Like, why is that different from ?
Oh, I think it'd be the same.
Okay.
Yeah. Is just a glob.
Yeah. I'm familiar with. But you're saying like ... all, right?
Some slight difference in those two, but I don't know what it is.
Wanna see how I did? Ow. You.
Hey, little boy, I'm gonna get back to work soon, okay? Go and bother mama.
Why?
Get back to work.
Yeah. I'm on call. You gotta go play with mama.
When did you get on the LLVM on call team?
Oh, because they were looking for new people, and I was like, make sure that our project stays fixed, and I will be on the on-call rotation. Plus, I learned a lot about MLIR from doing it.
Wait, but this is like Google's on call rotation?
Google's on. Well, it's Google's on-call rotation for just integrating new LLVM commits into the code base.
Into like, okay, like third party.
Yeah.
LLVM, I guess.
Yeah.
Or wait, did you say MLIR or LLVM?
It's it's MLIR. I don't know exactly. It's just the MLIR integrate rotation, but it includes LLVM stuff too. So I'm not sure if there's a separate LLVM rotation or what.
And this is just like a 20% thing, or is there like a dedicated team for that?
20%. Oh, I mean, there's no MLIR team, which is kind of a weird thing. Yeah, I'm gonna stop streaming.